Our LV Game of the Week headed for Emirates Old Trafford, where the two sides which have already won promotion this year from the second division, Lancashire and Surrey, were battling it out to see who could win the title. Gareth Batty decided to have a bat first after winning the toss for his team, which started this fixture 5 points ahead of their hosts, knowing that a thumping win in Manchester could see them lift the second division trophy over the next few days. And the visitors began well enough, even though Lancashire welcomed into their side Jimmy Anderson, who was testing out his fitness after time out with a side strain. Neither he nor Tom Bailey had any success with the new ball though, as both Zafar Ansari and Rory Burns showed off their skills and technique. The morning was interrupted by the weather, which meant that only 18 overs and one ball were possible, from which the Surrey openers scored 59 runs, Anderson delivering 6 overs for the cost of 16. Lancashire did have one golden opportunity to get rid of Ansari on 33, but Stephen Croft spilled the chance off the bowling of Bailey. That meant that the partnership continued to flourish after the break too. Burns was the man who played with more freedom, while Ansari, for whom this could be a very important innings with the England Test squad to head to the UAE soon to be announced, worked hard for his runs. Burns moved ahead for now and was at his 50 off his 71st delivery with this toe-ended single off Jordan Clark. It was the 7th time in this championship summer that the talented left-hander had got this far, this innings being made up of 8 boundaries. Alas for Burns, he was out without adding another run, the batsman chopping on a ball from Bailey which was too close to the body to play the stroke. It ended an opening stand of 89. Anderson was then brought back on and very quickly won what promised to be a fascinating battle with Kumar Sangakkara, who edged a drive to Croft after making 9 of a total of 108 for 2, the fielder gleefully holding on this time. Lancashire have been the front runners for much of this campaign until being overhauled at the top ahead of this match, with the Londoners winning 5 of their last 6. They are a county which is developing some real talent, and Surrey now going along very nicely with Ben Folkes, who started to make a name for himself with a bat after joining from Essex at the end of last season. Many have been calling for the inclusion of the 23-year-old Ansari in the Test squad, and it's easy to see why. He has 44 championship wickets this year and bats with great patience, just the kind of thing required at the top level, but he still accumulates plenty of runs. That boundary, his 8th, taking him to his 5th half-century of this championship season off 137 deliveries. He and Folkes had few problems as they made the most of their skipper's decision to bat first, this pair finally taking their partnership the 3rd wicket up to 67, the runs being made in 25 hard-working overs against a well-disciplined home attack. The Lancashire spinners were getting through plenty of deliveries, and one of them, from Aaron Lilly, finally broke through. Folkes on 45, finding Alvaro Peterson at slip, the batsman on his way with the visitors on 175 for 3. 10 balls later and the players were off for tea, and the evening session followed the same pattern as the previous 2, with Ansari now aided by Stephen Davis. Ansari opened up when he could, and this shot for 6 off Lilly took the former Cambridge student into the 80s, his side already well past 200 with only 3 men out. It looked as if the opener was nailed on to register the 4th 100 of his first-class career and his 2nd in his last 2 innings as he moved on to 99. But then, would you believe it, he hit a full toss from Croft in just his 2nd over to the diving Anderson close in. It ended a fine knock which had lasted more than 4.5 hours and used up 255 deliveries. The worst thing was that there were now only 2 deliveries left before the 2nd new ball. But thanks to the weather, Lancashire only had 20 deliveries with the new cherry. Jason Roy back in the side after his time with the England one-day team, making a start before the bad light drove the players off for the final time.
Yeah, it was good to be back. Obviously it's frustrating when you get injured and not out on the field, but it was nice to be back playing and back playing for Lancashire as well.
Good conditions to bowl in first up, but assess your bowling for us.
Yeah, I felt we bowled really well first up. Like you say, decent conditions for us. It swung around a little bit, but we didn't get the breakthroughs that we would have liked with the new ball. But I thought we stuck at our task pretty well all day. It's a decent pitch now, tiny bit of spin there, but their guys played really well, and like I said, we stuck at our task, and hopefully we can make a few breakthroughs with the new ball tomorrow.
There's a reason why he's the best, best bowler in the world, one of the best bowlers in the world, and it was hard work. The conditions meant that it swung, and it was a matter of generally of survival. But we everyone who faced him, I think, kind of held their own and batted pretty well, and I think we're pretty happy.
So Surrey will have been pleased with their exploits, ending the day on 262 for 4 from 83.2 overs. They will go again on day 2 with Davis on 32 and Roy still there on 15.